Hi Geminis, this is your weekly reading from the 20th through to the 26th, I think, of April 2015. My name's Angie and this is the Oracle Life, and we'll get started. First, I'd just like to say sorry to some of you guys out there for some of the star signs that I didn't get to complete or finish. I do apologise. My little boy got sick from school and I happened to get it as well. But I'm all ready and I'm getting a lot of them up and going for the start of the week, for this week, and I'm going to be on top of it for you this week, okay? So I do apologise. Okay, Geminis. I'm a Gemini. Let's see what we have for us this week. I hope you've all had an amazing weekend, some of you, this weekend. Lately we've been having a lot of the lovers. So hopefully some of you are having a lot of great times over the weekend. I don't have a partner at the moment, but you know, but I love my tarot, so that's good. So I've got a love in my life is the tarot. So we'll see what else. Is there anything else for Geminis in the unexpected? Is there something that the Geminis need to know this week? There it is. Thank you for the unexpected. Is there a challenge that we might need to overcome for the Geminis this week? Is there something that is going to disrupt our week that we need to work on? There we go. It's flipping out at me. Some of the star signs it's not flipping out. You know, sometimes I have to pick, here we go, the last card at the end of, you know, whatever I'm holding. But some of these are flying out for Gemini today, which is good. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit different this week. This card here, up the top here, I hope you can, if it's still recording, yes. This is the main message. This is the current issue that we're all dealing with. What did I just say? I hope you've had all a great weekend with the lovers. Still dealing with the lovers, Geminis, for the last 2 weeks or so now. Okay, so for some of you Geminis, and that doesn't apply to all us Geminis, there is a lot of us watching these videos. Now, the lovers is all about, could be a love relationship starting at the start of this week. It may be love choices you may have to do at the start of this week. Or it could be the love of family. You know, it could be, the lovers can represent a love of family, the love that you have for something. Okay, so that's the main message for the week. Again, for some of it. Okay. So for the advice for this situation, the lovers, you know, a love relationship that may come up for some of us this week coming is the King of Wands. Okie dokies. And the King of Wands is all about being an entrepreneur, very dynamic person. So a lot of us Geminis are very entrepreneurial. We can adapt to any situation. Our minds are going 100 miles an hour with creative ideas and thinking how the world works, and we just want knowledge. We know we want it. So the advice this week, the advice is to be very dynamic and be an entrepreneur. You know, follow your entrepreneur ideas that you're manifesting for yourself, Geminis, this week. Now this says that this is the advice for that area. Now the King of Wands is very passionate, so the advice is to be very dynamic, very passionate this week for some of you in your love life, and that's the advice. And if it's not that way for some of you Geminis, and it's not a love relationship this week, then it's telling you to focus on your entrepreneurial ideas. That's the advice for this week. Okay, so what is in the unexpected for Gemini this week, or a lesson maybe that needs to be learnt? Oh, and we have the Devil. And the Devil is all about, in the unexpected, it can be manipulation. You could be manipulated by a new lover, by a very passionate... Now this king, if it was the Knight of Wands, I say he could be a player and he's not one that's very permanent, but you could have a good time with him. But the king is very mature. So this is all about manipulation, overindulgence. So you could be overindulging love-wise this week, Geminis, for some of you. Or for some of you, if this is a current, like a continuous love relationship that's been going on for a couple of weeks, because lovers have been coming up in the Gemini one for a couple of weeks now, that it's telling you that you're addicted to the person, which is good. You've got addictions, and that you love them. You're very passionate towards them. And that the lesson that you have to learn is to not feel chained to them. You are unique. You are yourself, Gemini. And, it's all good to have people in our lives and love people, but we don't have to depend on them. We don't have to feel like we can't live without them. You can, but just do it in a healthy way. Okay, that's your lesson. Or in the unexpected, it could mean addictions for some of you, for some Geminis. That be careful, this man that you may meet, the Knight of Wands, the Lovers, just be careful. He may be into more addictive type of behaviours, whether that's taking drugs, alcohol, and he might be trying to manipulate you into that type of thinking as well, for some of you Geminis. Okay, so the challenge or the advice is the Empress. So this week it's telling you to nurture yourself. Okay, the Empress is all about nurturing yourself, but it can also mean marriage too. So the challenge might be that this person and you really like each other and get along really well. For some of you Geminis out there, you could get along with this guy or girl very well, and that you start talking about, the challenge is that you start talking about marriage and what you'd like in the future. Okay, so she's all about motherhood too, and your advice might be to balance motherhood with meeting a new potential love mate. So you may have to sort of organise yourself a little bit better. For some of the mothers out there that are Geminis, may mean that you may need to organise your time a little bit better so you can spend time with a new partner, okay, and with your family, okay. So that could be some of that. Now, if you do some of the advice that's been given for this week, Geminis, this would be the future outcome for the weekend. Oh, wow. And it's the Hanged Man. Okay. Now, you have 4 major arcanas. Now, this is something to pay attention to this week. This one is, the Empress is, and the Lovers. The only one that's like a court card is the King of Wands, and that represents a person. So there is a person that's going to come into your life, and he's very entrepreneurial, possibly. He's very dynamic, and a man who can be very fast in his actions. Okay, so these 4 here, down this line, and this one here are all major arcanas. They are the main things to pay attention to, Geminis, this week. This guy over here is a bit of a court card, like a court card. Okay, so the Hangman is all about, he's all about understanding a situation. So by the end of the week, you might have a different perspective on your life, on your love life, on how to be a mother and organise your time to have a lover in your life this week. The Hanged Man is all about seeing things from a different perspective, Geminis. And we can be very good at that. Okay? So it's all about, and sacrifice. By the end of the week, you may sacrifice who you are a little bit because you're meeting this new man, or you might be sacrificing yourself a little and being manipulated to his way of thinking. Oh, Khan, let's go out and have a few drinks, or could be drug related. They could be taking drugs and trying to manipulate you, and you are sacrificing a little bit of your true the true you, and you're changing to accommodate this man who has addictions. So be very careful out there for some of you Geminis. If you meet a man who has addictions with alcohol or drug related, he could be addicted to sex, and your job is to see things from a different perspective. Maybe you don't see it that way. you know, but he does. And that's how he's very passionate, because he's a very passionate man that comes in. He's not just a, you know, closed off man. He's very passionate and very action orientated. So he could be very overly sexed type of person, and you have to see things in a different perspective from that angle. Okay, but that's what the future outcome will be if you do some of this stuff, that you can. It can also mean an understanding. You have an understanding of why people come into your life, why you need to have balances with work, family, and relationships. Okay, so I hope that helps some of you this week. We'll do one card for Geminis for the Magical Unicorns Oracle deck. Is there a message, extra message for Geminis for this week, please? That was it. Okay, so remember, if you want a more personalized reading, this is very general and it's really hard to pinpoint it down for one particular person, but sometimes we know that sometimes when we speak, it can be speaking to 1 or 2 or 3 people that are going through the same thing. The lovers have been coming up quite often in Gemini in the last couple of weeks. I'm a Gemini, like I said. Hopefully love will come for me this week. But a lot of Geminis are very sociable people, so we're bound to find love all the time anyway. Okay, so for your message for this week, Geminis, is exercise. Exercise. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body, which is music. This will give you more energy and happiness. Okay, so this is what this could be saying too, to see things from a different perspective. What would I say? Have an understanding. This can be understanding something or seeing something in a different perspective. So you have an understanding maybe by the end of the week, Geminis, that you need to exercise and move your body, which when you got movement, things in your life are flowing. When we're not moving, we're sitting at home doing nothing. Most things are stagnated if you really think about it. We start moving, we start enjoying music, we start dancing. Things start flowing in our lives, okay? So give that a go this week. Dance. Think about how you want to manifest your goals, your desires while you're dancing and singing, because that's at your highest vibration. You're very happy at that particular time. Okay, well, I hope this helps you, Gemini. Don't forget to drop me a line. Don't forget to let me know if it resonates with you, some of this. Now, remember, it's not going to apply to all Geminis, as I keep saying. But if you'd like to inquire about a reading, I'm getting my website up and going, possibly by this Monday, by tomorrow, by getting it started at least. If not, it'll be in the next few days, okay? And I'll put a description in one of the boxes of the new videos that are out, and you'll be able to find it there. Okay, but it will be like HTTP something, the Oracle Life at Wix, you know, it'll be something like that, but you'll see it. Okay, or I'll put out a video for all of you to see and tell you which website to go to. Okay? Okay, well, I hope that helps you. Don't forget to do some of the things that I've mentioned. Don't let people manipulate you. That's a lesson to be learned, you know. Trust yourself and trust your own mind. You don't need to follow other people's manipulations this week, Gemini. Okay, I hope that helps. I'll see you next week. Bye for now, Geminis. See ya.